Hello everyone, today, let's do a little economic calculation together. It's a problem many of you are thinking about. That is, growing durian on rented land. With a clear vision, if everything goes well, you could earn a net profit of about 210,000 VND each year. This number is not small at all. It's a source of hope. It's the motivation for us to get started. Our goal is to plant 250 durian trees on rented land. This is a moderate scale, not too big to be hard to manage, but also enough to create a significant income for the family. To get that profit figure of 210,000 VND, we have to rely on some very specific assumptions. These are the basic numbers for our plan. First, we assume that each tree will yield an average of 50 kilograms per year. This number is not too high and not too low either. It's a level that many experienced farmers can achieve. Second, the average selling price we're estimating is 40,000 VND per kilogram of durian. This price can go up or down with the market, but it's a safe price for us to use in our calculations. Another important thing for everyone to remember is that durian trees don't grow fruit overnight. We have to be patient. We have to put in the sweat and effort to care for them. Our assumption is that the orchard will start giving a steady harvest after about 4 to 5 years. This is the waiting period. During this time, we have to spend money without any income coming in. So, the profit calculations in this video only apply to the years when the orchard is already in a stable harvesting phase, meaning from the 5th year onwards. These assumptions are like a compass for the entire investment plan. If the actual yield is higher and the selling price is better, then your profits will be even higher. But on the other hand, if we face risks and the yield is lower and the selling price drops, then the economic situation will be much more difficult. So, understanding these assumptions right from the start helps us have a realistic view. To start, we need some money to begin with. This money is like building a house's foundation. If the foundation is strong, the house will stand firm. The total starting cost I figure for these 250 durian trees is about 220 million VND. This is a one-time cost before the trees start giving fruit. The biggest part of this is putting in the watering system. For a modern automatic watering system, you might spend around 80 million VND. This system is super important. It helps save effort and saves water and makes sure the trees always have enough water to grow their best. Next up is the cost for the young trees and the first planting work. To get 250 good young trees, you'll need about 30 million VND. Make sure they come from a known place and are good at fighting off sickness. Don't go for cheap unknown trees, folks. Besides that, we need to build a fence to keep animals or strangers out of the orchard. The cost for the fence and some other basic ground prep will be around 50 million VND. A strong fence helps you feel more at ease during the long growing time. The total for this group will be about 40 million VND. After you've made the initial investment, we still need to keep spending money each year to run the orchard. These are called operating costs. I estimate the total of these costs, once the orchard is stable, to be about 290 million VND each year. The biggest expense here is for labor to care for and harvest the trees. You'll need about 100 million VND a year for workers. Since you're planting on rented land, the land rental cost could be around 60 million VND each year. When you sign a land lease, remember to make it a long-term contract, at least 10-15 years. The cost for fertilizer, pesticides, and other supplies is estimated at about 60 million VND each year. Prioritize organic fertilizers and biological pesticides. Sustainable farming is the only way for the long run. Don't use harmful chemicals just for a quick profit. Harvesting and post-harvest costs are about 50 million VND. And an annual reserve of 20 million VND. So, in total, the annual operating cost is 290 million VND. Revenue profit. The numbers speak for themselves from all the hard work. Once the orchard is stable, we're guessing each tree will give 50 kilo of fruit. 250 trees mean a total of 12,500 kilos. That's 12.5 tons of durian each year. With this much fruit and an average selling price of 40,000 VND per kilo, revenue equals 12,500 times 40,000. Annual revenue comes out to 500 million VND. Net profit is total revenue minus total operating costs. The operating costs we've figured are 290 million VND. That leaves 210 million VND each year. The net profit margin is about 42%. That's a really high percentage for farming. ROI is net profit divided by the initial investment. 210 million divided by 220 million is about 95%. The payback time is about 1.05 years. You only need a little over 1 year of harvesting to get your money back. Section 5, Conclusion and Recommendations. Should you invest and how to lower risks? So, the final question is, should you invest in planting 250 durian trees on rented land? Based on the analysis, my answer is, yes, this is a very promising business model and worth investing in. In the average scenario, the net profit is 210,000 VND per year. And a payback period of just over 1 year are very attractive numbers. In fact, if we're lucky, in the best-case scenario, with a yield of 80 kilograms per tree and a selling price of 50,000 VND per kilogram, the profit could be over 700,000 VND per year. However, life isn't always a bed of roses. You must always prepare for the worst-case scenarios. In a cautious scenario, if the yield is only 35 kilograms per tree and the selling price drops to 35,000 VND per kilogram, the revenue would only be over 300,000 VND. After deducting operating costs of nearly 290,000 VND, the net profit would only be over 16,000 VND. This shows that financial risk is real, and you must be very careful. Choose your varieties carefully, prepare the soil well, consider insurance, and proactively secure pre-orders.